That is good banter.
Oh, Timmy, back at it. Another week, mate. Rolls around.
Oh, doesn't it just? Another week. Holy shit. Where does time go?
Oh, it disappears, mate.
Time waits for no man. That's a good saying.
It is a great.
It really does. It really
Waits
does.
for no person. Is
No.
that
Oh,
what you
yeah.
meant to say these days?
Yeah. Yep. No person or whatever you identify as. Even if you're a fucking born a bloke, identify as a horse that's had its balls cut off. Time still ain't waiting for you.
Yeah. If you were going to transition into a woman, what would you do first? Would you take the hormone tablets, or would you just lop it off, or what would you?
I'd wait make sure I was 100% before I went cutting the penis off. I wouldn't just be, spare of the moment out in the town and had a couple of beers and just.
It's a bit different. I remember when I had dreads. There'd be times where they'd just give me the shits, and I'd just cut them. And I'm like, damn. But they'll grow back.
Yeah, they'll grow back.
For a penis to grow back.
Yeah, if you were, let's say you're in a queue at a nightclub and the bouncer says, sorry, you're not, sorry boys, it's members night. And then straight away they let in a group of 3 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be knee-jerk reaction. Just go and
I'll lop it off.
Cut your dick off just so you can get into
nightclubs.
Yeah, it is an interesting.
Because at about 35, you'd be like, it was cool in my 20s.
Yeah.
But now I'm not really hitting the clubs anymore.
No, I even think later that night when you got into the nightclub, you'd be like, well,
these blokes are losers.
I'm still attracted to women, yet now I've massacred my groin area. And, yeah, and I've just, obviously blood's all over the shop and, And once the drugs and alcohol wear off, I'm going to be in a shitload of pain.
Yep.
Here's an interesting fact for you. The oyster...
The oyster?
The oyster can change between male and female as they please.
Ah.
So they're born male or female, but then, like, if, I don't know, not many oysters around and you're 2 oysters, 2 male oysters are just...
But aren't oysters, they're in the shell. Like, how do they know what's outside?
Well, they get chucked.
Oh, what? So they swap when they get chucked?
Well, I assume they can get out of their shell somehow or they'd never be able to mate or anything. It'd be like...
How do they mate?
Big dicks.
I think they just jizz everywhere, I think. I think it's all just...
I think that white bit's...
yeah.
That's their dick.
Okay.
I've got nothing to back that up.
No idea.
So if there's 2 oysters just sitting there on the bottom of the ocean bed, just having a chat, and they're like, you know what, Derek, we have not had a female oyster come past here in several months. What say I just transition for 15 minutes and we
go at it,
and we just bloody plough each other. And
shuck each other,
and
shuck and jive,
and obviously toss a coin or do what they got, paper scissors rock, and someone becomes the female and bang bang bang, and then when they're done, back to being mates again. It'd be a great way to live.
Derek, let's forget about what happened that last 15 minutes.
And
go back to being mates.
I'll tell you, this could come in. I was going to mention this later. So my son Harry's just had this the surgery, obviously, and for the big surgery,
heart surgery for anyone.
Heart surgery.
He's not transitioning.
No, he's not. No, he's
Henrietta.
He's had his open heart. And so for the open heart surgery and for all the major procedures, they completely knock him out. Absolutely out cold, for probably 12 hours or however long the surgery goes for, and a bit of recovery time. But there was one little surgery at the end there where they probably wouldn't call it a surgery, more just a procedure, where they had to pull a couple of his tubes out, and they didn't knock him out. But what they did is they gave him this drug, and so he's awake. And he's numbed, but it's still going to be a pretty fucked experience. It's still going to feel it. It's still going to hurt. It's still going to hurt. But it's almost like that little fucking clicker on black men can't. What's that?
White
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Men in Black. That little clicker, and it just blanks, so he won't remember a thing. So you just pop this little.
Is that what has been happening to you for the last 46 years?
Yeah, I think maybe
someone's
what I thought
men in
were
black in your brain.
what I thought were vitamin C's in the cupboard. I've been popping those things every morning and just fucking blackened me brain out. So maybe once the two male oysters switch it up, bang the shit out of each other, get real kinky, 69, bloody, the whole kit and caboodle. And they're like, you know what, fuck this, pop one of those pills. It's like it never happened, but they still got the joy of banging a good mate. So
That's great.
It's certainly something to think about. I wouldn't mind getting my hand on that drug. Sometimes you just get to the end of the day and you're like,
let's forget about
wouldn't
this
mind, or a gig in particular.
Oh, gig.
Mate, comedy clubs should just have
on the way out.
A fucking bowl of them
They
out in
give
the
you
green
your pay,
room. Yeah.
and then go, mate, that wasn't the greatest set. Just swallow that, champ.
I might suggest you pop a couple of Tommy Siegert specials and pretend that gig never happened. Yeah, I'm sure
that's good.
may play a bad game of footy. The coach get done by 180 points. Coach just hands them
fellas,
out.
Forget about that.
Yeah,
Move on.
Literally,
Yes.
forget about that.
Yeah. So,
I guess that's what alcohol is.
well, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So, a bit of food for thought there, Timmy.
Oysters are food for thought.
They are. I had a few oysters just recently. Well, just got back from a winery, mate.
Yeah, I heard. Did
Jeez,
you believe in what they say that they are an aphrodisiac?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I don't think you're just banging down a few male or female oysters and then wanting to bang the missus. I think the aphrodisiac is where you're having them. Like if you're in a nice restaurant or in your room or something, you're having a wine and a few oysters, and you can have some pretty shitty oysters. Like you're not going down the local pub ordering, 12 oysters or the Birry Tavern or like Birrelly Tavern.
Yeah.
You're not really getting all horned up there after knocking down a few oysters. I think it's all a placebo thing.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite for me. It gives me you have too many, just explosive diarrhea, and there's nothing less sexy than watching listening to your partner through the toilet door just exploding her innards into the bowl.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with this winery where we stayed. Like a lot of these rooms, there's no real separate sort of thing, so it's just a little glass door which seems great at the time. You've got the bed that looks out onto the balcony overlooking the winery.
It's got a separate bathroom, though.
It's separate. It's not like it's in the room, but
No.
there's only really a glass door.
It's not a prison cell.
It's not a prison cell. It's not like no, it's not like
It's not
that.
those metal bunk beds
But they're not very sound proof, those glass doors.
No, I'm sure we've had this conversation before. The keys, you got to have a little stereo, or and this is where the flushing the toilet and all that sort of thing comes about. Yes, you don't want. I don't care if you've been with your partner for 20 years. You don't want them hearing you just exploding shit into the bowl.
No, it's not good. It's
No.
not good. But so we went back to the winery where I proposed about 5 years ago.
Oh,
So,
wow,
yeah.
Back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, back to the scene. And back then, because one side faces out to the winery, the other side faces out to the car park, and Kristen upgraded this time, and we were overlooking the winery.
Oh,
so
didn't
it
get
was
the car park
beautiful.
view. Oh, lovely. Was it the car park view for the proposal?
It was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
quite disappointing, actually. But, there was a bus full of Japanese tourists who just sort of snapping photos. So I just, guys, have you got some shots of the magical moment? They said, oh, yes, we do.
Well, it's a good thing about when the Japanese are about. You always know there'll be a few good shots because they love a photo.
Well, I must admit, I reckon anyone, because we tried to recreate the photo we got from 5 years. Not that photo, but we got a photo before dinner after I'd proposed overlooking the winery. And last night we tried to, just fucking blowing a gale. It was shit house. And Kristen's like, oh, no one was outside. I said, oh, go see one of the girls inside. Get them to take a photo. I said, I'm not going inside. The last thing they want to do is come out and take a photo of us. Yeah, so I must admit, like Kristen, she gets a little snap happy.
Yeah, they do. They do. I don't mean to rain on your parade, but those photos where you sort of try and
never work.
Oh, well, the sort of the whole point of them is, with the first pictures of a a fucking 4-year-old and an 8-year-old, and then you're taking the photo 50 years down the track where it's a 54-year-old and a 58-year-old, you guys would look nearly the fucking same, wouldn't you? Like, it wouldn't.
Us guys? Oh, 5 years ago.
5 years. Like, it's not like
it's not too bad. No,
it's not like there's any great. It's not like
change.
Oh, look at that. It's I mean, it could have nearly been the next day, couldn't it?
Yeah. I think though, because you never know if you're going to go back to that. So she's like, "Oh, we don't know if we're going to be back here."
That's a good
I'm
point.
not going to lie, she's pretty exy. The old winery, the old it was beautiful, old jackalope. But I saw looking in the car park. You look at some of the cars, and as we pulled up in the Kia Cerato, thought, all right, we're out of our league here. There's there's Mercedes, there's Maseratis, there's BMWs, and they're all the Touareg tractor sort of vibe. Yep. Yeah.
Maybe you could get and this is a tip for anyone who's embarrassed about their car.
To be honest, I don't really give a fuck.
You don't give a
honest.
fuck.
No. But you just sort of look around and you go, I said, I reckon we've got the second worst car here. There was a little Ford Mondeo or something.
Did you hang shit on them when they got in?
Oh, shit, yeah, slash the tyres.
Yeah.
Look at these
fuck
peasants.
Fuck them. No, I was thinking you could get a little, surely if you went down to your local, like Hertz or Europe car, got a little sticker and just popped it on the back of yours. And if anyone walks past, you could just have a fake little argument like, I can't believe this was the only car left.
Or could you get fake badges? Just maybe stick it over the Kia. Just stick
and
Porsche or
like a
something.
Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah, it's their new model.
The Lamborghini.
You haven't seen it because it's just come out.
The Lamborghini gets.
Yeah. Lamborghini Certo. Yeah.
Yeah, Tarago.
Yeah.
Porsche Tarago. Yeah, look, it's I think most car lovers or pretty much anyone with half a fucking brain could probably work out that it's a bit of a dodgy job done. But look, it's worth a shot.
But a lot of those, and you see a lot of those cars, and they must be over $100,000. Some of those cars. Are you really buying that because it's that good, or is it just a bit of a wank? Just look at me, look at me.
Look, I reckon I've never been a car man. A couple of times recently, so a couple of people at work, I've got in their car and look sort of real high end.
Okay.
And if you got the money, it is pretty. It's a pretty good experience getting behind the wheel of a good car. Personally, I would never fucking do it because for me, a car's a car, but you do notice the difference. Yeah, the heated seats, the stereo that works, and
we had heated tiles in the room. That was actually nice.
Heated tiles
in the toilet and on the little bath area.
Okay,
we just fucking sat our bathers on there,
let
them dry.
Just take my pants off and just sit there.
With the
really,
ball bag on there.
Just warm your balls and asshole up, and it was
great.
A great way to spend the afternoon, I reckon.
Yeah, but I saw we were having a drink on the first day. This is Monday Arvo, and we saw a lady rock up with her husband, and she had the Gucci bag, the big Gucci bag. I don't know. She was probably wearing Gucci clothes or something. Yep. Real wank fest kind of stuff.
Real wank stain look about it.
Oh, yeah. And she had Gucci, not runners. They were sort of like the casual shoes, like Lacoste or something like that.
Yeah, don't like that.
Not a great look. But Kristen said they'd be expensive, and I Googled how much a pair of Gucci loafers, or whatever you want to fucking call them, are.
Yep.
What do you reckon it'd set you back if T. Siegert started highballing?
So we're talking a leather Vansy sort of look.
Sort of like the Vans sort of look. It's got the Gucci written on them, and it's got the sort of blue, red, and white sort of logo thing.
I'd say 350.
Mate, you are way. You're not hanging around Leonardo Gucciana because mate, go higher.
800.
Nah, double it.
1,600.
$1,650 for a pair of wanky Gucci white loafers. Like, that is just a flog fest.
Oh.
You are not paying. I don't care how much money you got. Like, what a wank stain.
I reckon at least, the difference between a $50,000 car and a $200,000 car. There's a fair bit of difference.
Difference.
It's a big difference. It's made better. It's going to last longer. It's a better ride. It's safer. I reckon when it comes to shoes, like you look at, been going down to Rebel Sport lately. The boys have been buying some new shoes, and there's not a great deal of difference between a fucking $30 pair of shoes and a $200 pair of shoes. Like,
No,
it's
they're
not,
all
as
made
far,
in China.
As far as what it costs to make them, like, I reckon, well, as the consumer, we are really getting taken to Browntown, and we're paying for Steph's little fucking
Logo.
3 fingers that are sticking up, or LeBron's bloody dick and balls that are on the tongue.
They
or
look
it's
ridiculous,
just,
those shoes. It's like your David Robinson shoes.
Yeah.
They look absolutely ridiculous on kids. They are horrific.
But in saying that,
Yeah.
and I might have touched on this earlier about the price of basketball boots. Have we talked about this?
They're going up, aren't they?
No.
Oh.
They've plateaued. I reckon they've plateaued for fucking near on 20 years.
Okay.
So, like, I remember Jordan. I remember going into Athlete's Foot in Albury when we were young, and Jordans, we used to look at them like it was going to, we're going to check out the fucking Mona Lisa. Like, we'd all stand around there, they'd be behind the glass, we'd all be saying, oh, the eyes are following us around the room.
Well, a lot of people, we might have mentioned this, it was cheaper to go to America, buy them in America and bring them back than buy them in Australia.
It was ridiculous, like $200, but people still somehow fucking bought it. You buy a house for $250.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and now they're still around $200. And this is 30 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't reckon basketball shoes have really gone up in 30 years. So I was buying, so my parents wouldn't let me have those, but I got the, there was the Converse Cons, which were about 120, and I remember I got the Pumas, which were about 70.
Classic basketball shoe, the old Pumas.
Yeah, the old Puma.
If Puma are known for anything, it's their basketball shoes.
They had one shoe that came out that it was pretty popular, but I think it was only popular because the parents that wouldn't buy them the Converse Cons, and definitely wouldn't smash the glass and buy the Air Jordans because they'd have to refinance the house and cancel the trip to Disneyland, and the older sister couldn't go to university.
No,
so,
that's right. And I think shoes back then as well. Like, as a kid, you used to grow out of shoes every 6 months.
Yeah, but $200 back then.
Let's
big. Fucking Google that. What's the equivalent of $200? Is there like a calculator?
They're probably...
Because this would be...
So go back to, your 95 kind of...
So
you're talking 30 years. That's when the NBA was huge.
Yeah,
I remember 92, 93, 94.
So let's go with 30 years. So
Okay.
Kyle was 15, definitely wasn't 18.
No.
So what... How would you even Google this? If $200...
Okay.
What is...
$200...
So I'm not having a calculator out. I'm just...
In 1994, what is it worth now?
In 1994.
Riveting.
No, but I think this is...
Yeah, it is interesting.
Because people bought it.
And thanks to everyone who has jumped on the Patreon, we put the Lyndon Dunn episode up there. Getting some good feedback from Dunn. What a great guy. He was on this couch just a week ago. He was balls and all. He was not taking any prisoners. Some great stories about him and Steele Sidebottom when they got into a bit of strife during COVID.
I thought it would be more than that. Guess.
$415.97. Nah, just going off.
I would have thought. So it's only doubled.
Yeah.
So if you bought a house in 1994...
Yeah, I don't think houses. That's a little bit different, I think. Oh, if you bought a house...
That's inflation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's inflation.
Oh, is it? Maybe not. No,
yeah,
that's not inflation.
Things go up in different percentages, though. Like,
house prices isn't inflation, is it? That's
no.
That's house prices.
That's just house prices. But
okay,
it's
so
not inflation.
415. Well, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money,
but I thought it was going to be equivalent to spending.
Yeah.
Right.
So what were the olds doing back then? What were they bringing in? Like, you don't have to go there exact, but the old man who was working in the dental laboratory.
Absolutely no idea what my parents were earning.
Oh well, not what they're earning, but what were they doing?
Mum was a hairdresser. I don't know.
She does have nice hair, old Franny.
Yeah, she looks after her hair. Old Frances, she's a good egg and certainly knows her way around a
Round her head.
Around her head. Speaking of which, head lice break out at our school. So
At your school.
Safest houses there.
Yeah. Well, I got that. What do you reckon of the haircut? I got a new haircut.
It's sort of...
It's
got a couple of greys in the side.
Yeah.
Grey's anatomy.
I'm 41, mate. I'm 41.
Yep.
So this is what I had to do. Last Friday, I thought, all right, Geelong Comedy Festival coming up. We've got to create a bit of buzz, get a bit of stuff happening. We need to. So I went down there. I caught the ferry over. Beautiful day to jump on the ferry. I thought, I'm going to get rid of a few flies.
Yep.
Is there anything worse in the world as a comedian or just as a regular person trying to hand out flyers or even just put them in shops?
Well, it's fucking soul destroying.
So
when they sort of look at the poster and see the face and then look up and see you. And they're just like, this guy's career is
not going well.
Not going well.
No. And ticket sales will
reflect that. Yep.
So, so I walked up and down Packington Street.
My mum lives on Packington Street.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Anywhere near the green room?
Where's the green room?
It's down.
I mean, my mum lives in the Packington Street area.
Okay, yeah, nice. Green room. It's more down. Yeah, it's the closest end when you get into Geelong.
Okay,
it's not down the far end.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's more your barking dog end.
Oh, okay. And it's called the green room.
It's called the green room. Yeah, a bit of a music venue. Paulie Friend owns that, and
good friend.
Oh, a great friend of mine. And unfortunately, Paulie, you're not going to be able to retire after this festival, mate.
Have you already cancelled the Thursday?
No, I haven't cancelled it yet. I did email the one bloke who's bought tickets and said, mate, you got 3 options. I'm happy to do the show for you, but I just want to let you know you're going to be 2 people. There's going to be the only people in there, and that's a very confronting scene.
Yeah.
If you rock into a venue and you're the only, you need to know.
Yeah.
That you're the only people who have bought tickets.
But it's worth asking him, look, mate, it's a long shot, but are you coming in a group of 50 and you're just the first one to get your ticket?
Yeah. So
because if you are, let us know, because that'd be very handy information.
Well, it is one of those things. Like people go, I'll just buy on the door, but geez, it fucks you around as a performer.
Oh, no, you can't buy at the door. No,
you got to buy online, guys.
You got to buy online. You don't know how to plan. Yeah, it's
well. That's it. I'm like, because I said to him, okay, so first option, we run the show. Hope there's sales on the door, or there's a late rush. Which I emailed him yesterday. The late rush hasn't happened yet.
No,
so we're hoping for
a very late rush.
A very late rush. Or I said option two. Friday's filling up nicely, mate. If you're free Friday, he's obviously booked on Thursday for a reason. He obviously couldn't go Friday.
That's what I'm thinking, because Friday's obviously the better night for going out. But this is what I always say to footy clubs, because footy clubs, sometimes I'll organise a gig at a footy club and I'll say, our number's looking, and they go, oh, we don't know exactly, we're just selling them at the door. And because the thing when you sell them at the door is you're giving people an out. They haven't committed. You're giving people an out until the last minute. So it might be, the show might start at 8 and it might be 7:15 and they're about to walk out the door and they're like, it's raining. Jenny's just shit herself. Jenny's the wife.
Yep.
She's got a drug problem and the car's not working. The car's conked out. But if you had a ticket, you'd be like, well, we'll call an Uber.
Yes. Or worst case, at least you got the money. You've got the money first up.
That's the most important thing.
I mean, the other thing is if you've got a group of 15 and they don't rock up, you're like, what the fuck happened to them? You start doing the show going, do they all get hit by a fucking car or are they just in a big fucking orgy now?
That's a pretty good... That's 2 good ways to describe of where our careers are at. A, when you do a show and you notice when someone doesn't turn up. Like, where's Gary? Gary said he'd be here.
Gaz said he'd be here.
And so that's one. And another one I think we've touched on before, and it happens to us every now and again, is when we get recognised.
Yep.
And we're more excited than they are.
That's exactly right.
It's a fair... that really sums it up.
It does sum it up. So I said, all right. So second option is, move to the Friday. That's filling up nicely. Just bring your tickets Friday. We'll do that. Third option, if you're worried about being the only 2 people, in a room that, well, they've put down the capacity as 100.
You can do it. You'll go and do it at their place.
I'll do it at your place.
Yep.
How's that sound, mate?
Yep.
Hit me up.
Save on room hire.
Let me know your address. We don't even need a spotlight. I'll just do it under. Just open the fridge.
Yep.
And we'll just use that light as a bit of a spotty.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Do it in the kitchen. So haven't heard back yet. So old mate might be rocking up tomorrow night. I'll go. I warned you, champ. But yeah. So but Friday's looking all right. We sold a few for that.
Well, I did a gig to one person once. And
where was this at?
At Zombreros.
Oh, yeah, in the food court?
No, I didn't do the food court.
Oh,
This is one in Zombreros in Bay Street, Port Melbourne.
And Zombreros, your Mexican restaurant. That's it,
yeah,
isn't
it's a
it?
Mexican restaurant. Yeah.
Oh,
And,
you walk into those joints, you go, nothing to go better than a bit of comedy in old Zombreros.
It was the hands down. We've talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah, we might have. Early on.
It was hands down the worst organised promotion, or I wouldn't even call it promotion. It was a fucking dog's breakfast. Absolute fucking shit show. And yeah, they held a 20 minutes of comedy in every Zombreros in Australia, and I signed up for 4 of them. It was like, I think it was like $200 a gig.
Hey.
And I've turned up, and the first one there was one lady, and she didn't know
The comedy was on. 'Cause
Like,
why would you?
well, there was no
just want a
signage.
burrito.
No, nothing. And I just said, "Hey, how you going?"
Was there anyone there running the show? Was there anyone there?
The person behind the counter had no idea what was going on.
Okay.
And they made a phone call, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And they said, "Yeah, just do it over there." And I said, "Well, there's no one here. That could be a problem?" And anyway, this lady walked in, and she'd heard about it, but she was popping in anyway to get something to eat.
Did you have to set up sound in that?
There was no sound.
No sound.
No need.
Well, one person,
No,
as
no.
I'm going to find out Thursday.
No, I could have just rang her.
Yeah.
Even if she was a metre away, just called her on the phone, use that as
We'll just go, get Uber Eats, Sombreros. I'll just come round in the Uber. I'll come to your joint. I'll drop your food off and I'll give you 20 minutes of me best.
Oh, it was fucked. Yeah, and no, so we just sat at the table and I told her some jokes. And then I walked her to her car. She was about probably 65, and I walked her to her car.
Digging your material?
She was having a bit of a giggle. I was telling her about some tough gigs. And then my next one was in the city, and I went in there, and it was worse. They had no idea, and they couldn't even call anyone. So I just said to the girl, she was this Indian girl, but she was about 19. I said, if anyone asks, can you just
say I did it?
Can you just tell them that I did it? And she said, yeah, no dramas.
Great.
It was
It'd be good if you got a few of 200 of those gigs or whatever. Just walk in, it's a shit show, and go, hey, how long do you reckon it'd take before you got found out that you didn't get to do any comedy?
It'd be a bit like the people that have got to deliver the pamphlets.
Oh,
they always get found out because someone will be fishing down out at the weir or out in the ocean, and they'll pick up 150,000 fucking bras and things vouchers, and they'll be like, Tommy was meant to deliver those.
Geez, I must have blown out the letterbox.
Yeah.
What are the odds that every bras and thing catalogue blew out a letterbox?
Yeah.
So here I am. I'm walking up and down Packington Street. I'm walking in, and I feel bad. I feel guilty when I walk into these joints. They got no people in them. They probably haven't sold a kebab or a pizza in 35 years. And I go, oh guys, and they're like, ooh, they spark up.
Oh, someone's going to buy one of my fucking homemade knitted fucking coasters for the first time in a decade.
G'day, Beryl. How you going? Yeah, just wondering. I'm doing a show at the Geelong Comedy Festival. They say, what's the Geelong Comedy Festival? Haven't heard anything about it. So, well, it's in a week. So.
I wouldn't say it's one of the bigger festivals.
No, well, it's the first one. So Blaze and Callie, they're doing a great job
to
bring it to. But it's like they got to grow. They got to build
from little things.
Big things
often don't happen, and they just disappear.
Well, Evo's show,
but it's not as catchy, that saying. But it's also almost
doesn't make as great a song.
It's more true. Yeah, Paul Kelly fucking put that one together. From little things, fuck all often happens.
That'd be good. That's
fuck all happens.
Who? Anyway,
giant dick, Paul Kelly. But we've been through that, haven't we?
Yep, huge slong. So anyway, so I'm walking up and down the street, and
maybe that song's about his dick.
Maybe it is.
From little things, big things grow.
Just, yep.
Anyway, sorry, as you were.
Anyway, no worries. So I'm up and down Packington Street. I thought, you sort of look for a place that's got somewhere to actually put it, because you can't walk in and go, oh, guys, I've got some flyers. And they said, well, we've got nowhere to put them, champ.
And you can't be promoting opposition.
No, well, you
Like,
can't
if
go
it's
to
a
a
bar,
pub. You can't
yeah.
go to a pub and go, hey, guys, can I put some flyers here that are going to hopefully lure your customers away on Thursday and Friday night? So publicans are a little prickly at the best of times.
Yeah, especially during the day when there's
When there's a few bar flies
and they're nursing a bit of a hangover from last night, and they've realised they gave away a few.
They've got 3 staff on who are
beers.
doing fuck all
Yep.
because there's no one in there.
They've just done their nuts illegally punting in their own premises, and
Yep.
life's not going great.
Well, it's not going great. The missus is telling them, I told you not to buy this fucking shithole, but you didn't listen.
They've got a fucking half varicose vein, half fucking hemorrhoid hanging off their nose.
From boozing for the last 30 years.
They've got gout. Their life's pretty fucked. They're
Shit themselves.
They're crunching the numbers on torching the fucking joint and trying to get a insurance payout, but it's not easily done these days.
It's tough. It's
And you're here trying to sell tickets to your
Mate,
shit
can
show
I
down the
just-
street.
Can I put some flyers in so I don't go to the pub? So I sort of hit up the pizza joints. I
Yep.
hit up one joint and he goes, yeah, no worries, mate. Chuck them there. Because I hit up a kebab joint. I hit up I think a Chinese place. Because, like that's my demographic.
Well, the theory, I think, your theory's right. That look, you come in here, order pizza, you got 15 minutes of time to kill. Well, I'm looking around. Oh, what's that? There's a flyer. But what's going to... And Evan Hocking, geez, I like the look of that. I might get tickets. But what's going to get in the way of that, Evan?
My head.
The smartphone.
No
one's going through the fucking flyers at a pizza joint and Savlaki joint these days, mate.
Everyone's...
It's straight on the socials. They don't even look up.
No,
You
right.
could be physically in there, in the corner, with your sound set up, your lights, you set up a backdrop. You're doing 15 of your best, and saying, if you want to see the other 45, here's 50% off ticket. They still wouldn't see you. They wouldn't look up from their phone. So
that's costly, isn't it?
Mate, the world's changed.
I only printed out 2 posters. I put them at the venue, and there was a bloke, because I ducked into the venue as well, handed out some more flyers, and there was a bloke in there, and Paul, the publican, friendy, he goes, hey, mate, you're coming to the Geelong Comedy Festival, and he showed him the flyer, and he goes, oh, yeah, what's happening? What's happening? He goes, and he was literally like half a metre away from a fucking massive A1 poster, and he goes, what's happening here? He goes, well, if you look half a metre to your right, that's what's happening. See, so you put posters up, no one even sees them.
People aren't looking anymore.
People aren't looking.
Head down into the screen.
People have got their own shit to do.
You've got to get on. You've got to get on that screen.
Got
to get on that screen, Evan.
Okay. I might have left the run a bit late.
Yeah,
we could do a quick sponsored ad, but so anyway, I go into this hairdresser. There's a lady in there. She's in the hairdresser, and I thought, mate, hairdresser, this is good. A lot of chit chat at the hairdresser. A lot of how's your day going? Oh, nice curls. What do you want me to do? Are we straightening this week, Sharon, or are we running a perm? What are we doing? So I go in there.
I'll tell you how I don't want it, and point to your poster on the wall.
Don't give me that.
Don't give me that.
Don't give me that lesbian cut.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
And that shade of red. If you run that rinse through me hair, I'll see you in the court of law.
Bloody oath. So I go in there. There's one lady in there. I have a good chat. What was her name? Marie.
Take a letter, Maria.
So, how you going there? She goes, oh, g'day, darling. How you going? You going well? I said, oh, well, funny enough, I'm going great. But I'm doing a show at the Geelong Comedy Festival just down the road there at the Green Room. She goes, oh, fantastic. And she couldn't have been more accommodating. She just goes on the front little bench there.
Yep.
She goes, oh, yeah, just whack them there. That's where everyone pays. So they're going to see your head and either shit themselves or go, I might go to that. So, all right, no worries. Thanks very much. Sorry, what's your name? She goes, Marie. I go, oh, Evan. She goes, great. Then she looked at me, summed me up and goes, do you want a haircut? I said, I felt guilty. I go, yeah, fuck it, Marie, give me a haircut. So we're sitting down. I'm in the chair, and she's chit-chatting, and she's just a lovely lady.
Just a good age?
Good age, I reckon maybe 60s.
Okay.
60s, real, sort of bit of Italian vibe.
Okay.
Really great little chit-chatter, and she's telling me about how I've got to style my hair, and my hair's very dry. I've got dandruff. I go, it's not great, is it, Marie? Is there anything else you want to pick out that is holding me back in life?
Well, there is a dental laboratory across the road that...
Go in there, see if they can do your teeth. Yeah, so, no, she cuts it and that, and, I'm very happy with it. She says, you need, like, a leave-in conditioner. So, all right, my missus has been telling me about that for about 15 years. So
a leave-in conditioner?
Yeah, you're meant to leave it in. It stops the hair from drying out. You know, all these things you got to do when you've got hair, Timmy. It's tough.
That's tough.
Anyway, so she goes, what about a shampoo? Do you want a shampoo? I go, I'm thinking...
You're going to have to put on a second show to pay for this shit.
Usually they charge you for the shampoo.
Yep.
She said, I'll throw it in for free. I said, Marie, I want to bench over the counter. How's that sound? Can we do that?
Yep.
No one else is in here. Let's make it happen.
She can do it, Marie. She can spot a fellow person whose dream is falling apart at the seams. Takes one to know one. That's why she's got a soft spot for you.
You should see the amount of flyers I've got left. I printed 200. I just swear they must have given me extra. These things are just... I'm putting in laundromats. That's how desperate I am.
Yeah. Fuck.
So anyway, Marie, she gets me in the chair. I've never had the bloody old shampoo treatment maybe when I was younger. So she puts me in, and it's almost like one of those lazy boy chairs. She bloody puts it up. My legs are up. I've got my head back on the sink, and the chair starts vibrating.
Serious?
I go, Jesus Christ, Marie. I'm coming back.
She just disappears and locks the front door and puts the blinds down. You're like, bloody hell.
Jesus, Maria.
Maria's going to...
Tia Maria. This is all happening. So she starts washing the hair, and bloody hell, she's really getting into it. I go, this is bloody living. This is good stuff. So, she finishes shampooing the hair. She styles it, and she goes, you know what? I said, Maria, if you're keen on coming down, she goes, my husband, he loves a laugh. He bloody loves it.
She dropped that in quick, didn't she?
Dropped that
the
in.
Husband.
So, I said, well, here's a little code.
Didn't care about your husband when you had your bloody... little Italian hands running through my red pubes 10 minutes ago, putting in some leave-it-in shampoo or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so then she really, brought the mood down by mentioning her husband, but he likes a laugh, and I said, well, Marie, what I'll do, because you give me a free shampoo, I mean, you charge me $40 for the hairdo, but...
$40 for a haircut.
That's how much...
That's on the...
That's
what I don't miss about having no hair.
Yeah,
I think about how much money I've saved.
Oh, well, I used to cut my own hair, and... I saved plenty of money back in the day. But
before I forget, did I tell you about the thing I discovered recently about my eyebrows?
No.
Do you think my eyebrows looking better?
I reckon they're looking pretty. Yeah, looking good, mate.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
Thanks for noticing. I used to have big. They were getting longer,
bushy,
big bushy eyebrows. And my sister showed me this thing. You just get a little comb, and you put the comb up. And just cut whatever's hanging through the comb with the scissors. Because if you trust yourself to do it by eye, you're going to look like fucking vanilla ice.
Or you're going to look like a leukemia patient.
You've
gone bald and got no eye lashes,
but only in one half.
Brows.
So you just flick it up there, and whatever sticks through, you just, with a pair of scissors, it just takes the ends off them. I just don't reckon they're as bushy.
No, that's good. Well, Kristen said mine are a bit bushy. She mentioned it today. She said,
do you want me to cut them for you?
Yeah, I'd love to. Let's do it. I'll take that back to her. What do you think of these puppies now?
Yeah.
So Maria, I said, use the code BUDDAH, and you get a bloody little discount there, Maria. Thanks for the free shampoo. I'll repay you with $5 off a ticket that you're already getting ripped off with. And, anyway, later that night, bing bing, little email. Maria. She's bloody bought tickets to me bloody show.
Full price?
No, she put the discount in. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she's not fucking stupid.
No, $5 is $5 when you're...
Maria, we'll see you on Friday night. And anyone else who wants to jump on board, get on there. I'll post a link in the description, and Come Friday.
Do you reckon you're gonna?
It's not looking as sad.
It's not looking as sad. So I've got a few people down there. I've put it up on my socials.
You
I'll
can't
put
do
it,
much more, mate.
I'll put it again, and I'll tag a few people
don't
in.
stress, mate. It sort of gets to one of those points now where you're like, let's just deal with what we got.
Let's just interesting show to choose to record. I would have thought.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to record it, but then old little Isaac, he just hit me up. Well, it's just
Isaac.
I'm not recording I'm recording the whole thing. I'm just going to cut it into clips.
Yeah.
I thought if I can get some stuff, but once again, I'll probably look at it and go, nah, there's not enough laughs there. There's not enough laughs here. Here's your 400 champ, and well,
$400 is all right.
yeah, that's what I thought. That's what 3 cameras.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so he's quite the
Isaac.
video
I might have
editor.
to. I think I'll have a look at yours before I go paying him 400 clams.
Yeah, check it out. So anyway, what's going on with you, mate? Geelong Comedy Festival. Get on board.
Get on board. So here's a little feel good story for you that's going to put a little Bunsen burner under your balls and make you feel a little bit warm and fuzzy inside. So as you know, we had Lyndon Dunn on last week, and he was fantastic, ripping bloke. And on the way out, he said, how's Harry going? And he was still in hospital at the time. And I said, he's having a bit of a rough trot, but he's slowly getting better. And he said, I'll organise one of the boys to bring their medal in. The premiership
not one
medal.
Of the Caulfield Bears boys.
No,
he doesn't want that shit.
No, Harry probably couldn't tell the difference, to be honest. But
you could put a Collingwood jumper on anyone. And just give him like a just some fucking random medal.
Just
go, there you go. There's the premiership medal. You go, why is this guy 85?
Yeah,
it's a premiership medal from 1901.
The bloke that was working in the cafeteria downstairs. Yeah,
that's the dodgy trainer. That's the boot stutter.
But so anyway, and I said, oh mate, yeah, that'd be great. But no, I've got to have something about it. I don't accept things very well. You know, when people say. And it's happened a lot since Harry's been in hospital. You know, if you need anything, mate, and so we're all good.
Well, it is one. I know I said, if you need anything, but you're sort of like you don't like asking for things.
No,
I'm not a big asker. It was even like this winery where, we had the bags and we're paying a lot of money, and then the receptionist at the winery, do you want a hand with your bags? I said, fuck, I can take a couple of suitcases to me room. I know you're being nice, and they'd probably, a lot of people, old Gucci woman, she'd expect, to be weighted hand on foot, but come on.
Yeah.
I'm 41.
Yeah.
I can carry my own bags.
But sometimes then when they just go, no, I'll do it, and they do it, it is really nice. So I tell you, if anyone out there's got a friend going through a bit of a tough patch, or they've got health issues, or something's going on, and you say, look, can I help you out? And they say no. The best thing you can do for them is
do it anyway.
No, just make them a meal.
Yes,
or even just buy them a meal.
That's a big one.
Just buy them a meal. So quite a few people did that, and a big thing of lasagna lasts you 2 or 3 nights, and it's just one less thing you got to worry about at night. And it's
I reckon lasagna is the classic go-to with that as well, and everyone goes up. I've made you a lasagna. Like, you got 35 lasagnas in the fridge. You go, I can't eat much more fucking lasagna. I hope Harry gets better soon because I'm over lasagna.
I'm making the Great Wall of China out the back out of lasagna. But it's funny, and this is, look, absolutely appreciate anyone that gave us anything, but you could really tell the difference between
who's made lasagna before,
the guys and the girls. So, for example, where Tam's working, they put a bit of a roster together, and so every few days we had an esky at the front, and they'd drop off a bit of food, and some of the ladies would drop off these beautiful homemade sausage rolls, and there'd be these beef stews and some curries, and then one day one of the guys, he was obviously on the roster, and he just it was basically a
6-pack of VB.
It was a Coles just a
mud cake,
microwave lasagna, and just like a pack of twisties, and I was like. This is my kind of guy, and that's.
Well, there you go.
And I appreciate
Did
that.
someone drop this off, or was this you, Tom?
Was that the one night no food turned up and I had to cook? So anyway, so Dunny said this, and I go, "Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but don't stress if it doesn't come off." And then the next day, Dunny, mate, we're coming in Thursday.
Let's do it. Great.
I said, mate, are you sure? I said, I won't tell the boys in case it doesn't come off. And he said, nah, mate, it's happening. I'll come in as well. Surprise guest.
Great.
Surprise visitor.
Isn't he great?
And I thought, so the boys, the other two had school, Noah and Flynn. Fuck school.
Fuck school.
Fuck school.
That's
big
what
time.
I said for my old school career.
Yeah, just in case
I wasn't
one
saying
day.
AFL football.
No, but they might have been coming in, so it wasn't worth the risk. So fuck school, boys, you're coming in. We're like, who is it? Who's it going to be? So we know it's a premiership player.
Okay.
And he'd spoken about how he's real good mates with Jack Crisp.
Oh, Crispy.
But Crispy's just had a baby.
Crispy's just had a kid. He's got his own issues
got
to
his
worry
own,
about. Or maybe he wasn't in there. Where do you have the kid? It wasn't in the same hospital, was it?
We don't have kids in the children's unless they're sick.
Oh. I thought you can just have kids there, though, can't you?
Nah, I don't think so.
You think I would know that? My wife worked there for 2 years. Jeez, I'm an idiot.
And we know a lot of players are overseas. The Dacos boys overseas, and
yep.
we're trying to. So we're trying to get the overlap of when Dunny finished. Who'd be?
Yeah. Who would be there?
Who would be there?
Is it Pendles?
Is it Pendles?
Oh,
I
that'd
don't
be big.
know, but Tam said no.
He's been in Fiji.
Yeah, because Tam follows.
Followed him on Insta.
Yeah, Tam follows his wife on Insta, and they're in Fiji.
I just follow his wife.
Yeah,
Not on Insta.
She's a very attractive lady, very smart.
Mate, a lovely couple. Like, imagine those two just getting down to business. They'd just be rock solid. They're cut. They're ripped.
He has the best arms.
Oh, just give them to me. I've seen his abs on his Insta as well while he's in Fiji. He's, Jesus, you could bloody washboard stomach. They talk about washboard.
That's a washboard. I'm more your sort of tumble dryer sort of.
Yeah,
just flabby.
I'm your big it's like when you pull the wet clothes out of a washing machine. That's like my guts.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you ever get this? I mean, you're probably more solid than I am, but I think from a photo,
you look all right.
My arms don't look too bad, and quite often because I've lost a bit of weight, sometimes I don't look too bad if I'm wearing a nice fitted
it's all the lighting
sort of t-shirt. It's all lighting. And then and quite often people will grab my arm and go, mate, you've been... And it just
like
dissolves. Grabbing a fucking... Like a
jelly.
Not even jelly. Just a big sausage. Like your hand just goes in and it's and you just see him go, salami, Jesus. Mate. And I always crack the joke, don't mistake skinny for fit. And they're just thinking, Jesus, is this guy ever even driven past a gym? Does this guy detour?
You never were big on the weights, were you?
No. Well, my shoulders were fucked.
Yeah.
I once went through a bit of a patch where I thought if I had a lot of creatine, it would make me big.
I think that just bloats you.
It just made me shit my pants.
Well, one of my mates did that as well, but he did it. It was sort of like the man shake where he goes, I'm going to lose weight. So he started having the man shake. He goes, but he'd have the man shake and then he'd still have dimmies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm fucking starving. So he just... Oh, gee. So he ended up just putting on weight with the man shake because he was having the man shake and regular meals. He goes, I had Macca's twice today. I had 3 man shakes on the size of a house.
Yeah, you still got to stick to rules.
That's right.
Oaksy used to do a great joke about how he was trying to lose weight and how he got on... he was on Jenny Craig and that wasn't working, so he started up with light and easy, and he was on about 15 meals. I think it was about 75 meals a day he was having.
Why not losing weight?
It's a great joke. I don't know why he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are we talking about?
Yes, Crispies. He's out of. But we got a bit lost with.
I got a bit lost. Yeah. So
who's it going to be?
So we're running out of Taylor Adams, Tay, but he's just been drafted. He's got his fucking life to sort out. He's just been.
Well, he didn't get a medal either, did he? Taylor Adams.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
So
you don't want
that's,
him in there.
You don't want him coming in and say, "Where's your
No,
medal?"
he's got scarring worse than bloody
Harry. Yeah,
at the moment. He's
Mate,
got a lot of mental
he's had
scarring.
his own heart ripped out.
That's it.
He's so we're running out of options. Anyway, so we're all waiting there in the hospital room. It's Thursday, and
So you still don't know who it is?
we didn't know who it was.
Okay.
So we're sitting in there, and so it's my wife, Harry. It's good because Harry was leaving that day.
And he was feeling good by
He
this
was
stage.
feeling all right. He was still up and down, but the timing was right. We'd given him some morphine, a couple of ecstasy tablets. He did
He's
had a
dancing.
couple of he had a few beers, and so he's up and about.
He's good.
And the other two are there. They've got the Collingwood gear on. We brought a lot of shit to be signed, and I got that little black marker.
I hope it's someone big, don't you?
It's someone big, and so I've said, send me a text when you're in the foyer because to get into that cardiac ward, it's sort of the security door. You got
Don't
to
let
get
anyone
past.
in there.
No, it's like a nightclub.
Yep.
Getting in there.
Where's your stamp? Where's your ID?
So anyway, text come through from Dunny, Lyndon Dunn. He's teed it all up. It's happening. Going out there. Still side bottom. Still
Side bottom.
Still the side of the
Doesn't
bottom.
get much bigger than Steelo. 2-time premiership player. Kicked that amazing goal in the grand final.
Yep.
Absolute. Did they sort of confuse? Did he walk in and go, "Dad, what are you doing here? Could you look a bit like Steelo?"
Yeah, well, and funnily, I've been ripping him off.
You have?
So and I know Steel Side Bottom has seen my impressions because he sent me a message saying, "Hey mate, you do a better me than me."
Yeah, except
mate.
on the field.
Yeah, but so he's come in and he's brought a training singlet. He's bought some training shorts.
Obviously, all this shit he doesn't need anymore.
Yeah,
Last
yep.
season stock.
Yep. And he's bought a pair of footy shorts. They look like they might have been worn in a game.
Wow.
I'm going running with the
Take
grand
Harry a while
final.
to grow into those.
Yeah, so I've taken all those, and so he's come in. Harry's excited as
Does
he
he know
can
who
be.
it is?
No idea. We're going, mate, it's fucking Steel Side Bottom, okay? And he's going, who's Steel Side Bottom? I'm like, all right. He goes, I thought it was going to be Bobby Hill. Where's fucking Bobby Hill?
I want Bobby.
Where's fucking Bobby?
He just rips the tubes out. Goes, fuck this.
I want fucking Bobby.
Walks out like Frankenstein. Stuff this.
Give me Bobby. But we sort of put a black line through Bobby because he's only new.
Yeah.
Lyndon Dunn wouldn't know Bobby.
No.
And actually saw Bobby Hill's brother lives just around the corner. Car stopped the other day. Had to stop while bloody what's his name? Hill.
Stephen? Bobby?
No, Bobby's the Collingwood one. Hill. Plays for St Kilda. Hill.
Yep.
A-B
Hill.
D over the hill.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Hill's Hoist.
Yep.
Hillbilly.
Hillman.
Hillbilly. Anyway,
No.
anyway, he was stopping traffic.
I know the guy. I can see his face.
Yeah.
See his head. He's got a bald head, doesn't he?
Yeah, baldish. Got some
Baldish,
tats.
got some tats.
Anyway, so he was at a remote control car out on our street, just driving around, and cars had to stop because his remote control car was blocking the street off. I was like,
He better
Hill,
bloody
just get
over
backyard
himself
for
a
that.
bit, Hillbo.
No, he gave me a big smile. I said, he was out there with his kid. I said, no worries, Hill. What's your first name, mate?
I won't remember it.
Anyway, so Steel Side Bottoms walked in.
Brandon? No.
Yeah. Fuck.
Forget about it.
Fuck me
Hang
swimming.
on, I've got to look it up. You keep telling the story.
Hill.
It's going to do us.
Hill.
Hill.
A, B, C, Chris, D,
Hill.
Darren, E,
Saint
Eliza.
Kilda. Eliza Hill.
Uh,
Brad Hill.
Brad.
Such an easy name. That was an easy one.
Big Brad,
Really.
Brad.
It couldn't have been any more easy.
Check out the big brains on Brad. So anyway, so Steel Side Bottoms in there, we're having fun and we're having a laugh. Me and Steel, I reckon in another world, another life, we would have been real good mates because I'm saying things like, and he said, who's your favourite player? It's what Steele's saying. Who's your favourite player? Harry, and he said, Bobby. And we all had a laugh, and I was saying, what do you think about Steele's goal. Harry, do you reckon he should have maybe gone top of the square or given off to a better option? And Steele's jumping in, going, look, mate, if you know you can do it, Harry, you've just got to back yourself. That's important. And we're all having a laugh, and it's good.
This is an amazing little moment.
Oh, it's a beautiful
huge.
little moment.
It's
We're all
huge.
sitting around, and Tam's having a laugh, and Big Lyndon Dunn's there, and we're talking
was
about.
He sort of Harry. It wouldn't have been given Lyndon much, would he? Old Dunny, would he?
Yeah. Well, because I built Lyndon up as well. So
he's the man.
Well, 198 games,
Mate. It's nothing
99
to
goals.
sneeze at. It's huge.
It's an amazing effort, and it's just that Steele's fucking 800 games, and because Flinney kicked on the actual final tallies up in the air, but it was 8 or 9 goals he kicked on Marvel Stadium, that little league game. And I said, mate, Steele, I reckon Flinney might nearly have broken your Etihad record. He kicked 9, and Steele goes, I said, how many did you kick? And he said, I kicked 10. And Steele said, I reckon the oval for me was 175 metres, and I reckon Flinney's would have been about 20. And I said, yes, but Flinney's game went for 11 minutes, and yours went for 120. So do the math, and Flinney's kicked about 100-something goals if he's playing. Yep. So stick that up your bum, Steele. But tell you what, he's thin. And I said, mate, how you going in the off season? Are you putting on a bit of weight? And he goes, oh no, mate, I'm the opposite.
Well, he's probably come off a bloody 3-week bender.
Yeah, he said I lose weight if I'm not getting in the gym.
Yes,
and
that was like Grigster. Grigster looked like a shell of a man when he was up at Shepparton. And I said, geez, Grigster, how were you in the ruck? He goes, yeah, I don't really hit the gym much these days. And, really dropped off. Had sausage arms like yours.
Ugh, yuck. Wouldn't wish them upon my worst enemy. So... yeah, but he was ski. He sort of looks a bit chunky on the field, short and stocky, but he looks slim. He looked great smile. We got our photo, got some photos. He signed. He said, mate, do you want me to sign anything, Harry? And I said, actually, mate, bit of a coincidence. There's a couple of things just sitting over there, and there was a fucking 40-foot container full of shit we wanted signed, and so he's there, spending 6 or 7 hours signing all the shit we bought in. So, well, if anyone wants to buy that off eBay, give us a hoy.
He's looking at Dunny going, you didn't fucking put this in the contract, mate.
He's signing the boys' jumpers and
he's gone in for a
Dunny's signing stuff. And,
wrist operation.
Yeah.
Saw that in the Herald Sun.
He was great. And then we said goodbye, and it was just and on the way out, he was the cardiac's level 3. Of the children's hospital.
Really get everyone's heart going.
Yeah, you usually use the lift anyway. And there's big windows. You can look down onto the playground. So myself and Steele and my 2 sons and Big Lyndon, we look out into the playground area, and all his kids are playing. He goes, oh, there she is, and he pulls out his camera, and it was his wife down there with their 3-year-old daughter. She's pregnant at the moment, so he's...
a 3-year-old daughter?
Yeah, so they don't fuck around down in Collingwood.
Jesus.
So the wife's pregnant again. So he's pulled out the camera and started taking a photo of her, and he was going to... when you take a photo of someone they're unaware of and you send it through to them, and I think it was Lyndon said, mate, it's not really the done thing to be taking photos of playgrounds.
Kids in the playground.
So maybe... put the camera away. But, mate, massive thanks to Lyndon Dunn for setting that up.
Good on you,
massive
Dunny.
Thanks to Steele Sidebottom. It'd be a bit of pressure. Because he was walking down the aisles, down the corridors. You just see just the excitement that he bought. And because he bought his medal. So we're all putting the medal on. And they went missing for a bit. And he was like, boys, he took the fucking meeting. And
I don't care what operation you had.
Yeah.
Give it back.
So, it was in my pocket.
Yep.
But I was like, you've got 2 of them, you selfish fuck. Harry's just had heart surgery.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, so it'd be pressure because he could...
Well, they're in the public eye the whole time. Like, one person might know us at a gig and go, oh, there's Tom Siegert or there's Evan Hocking from the Good Banter podcast. But when you're a pretty well-known footballer, you people are looking at you all the time.
But it's also like you've got this gift. You've got this you can't actually heal them, but you've got this little potion that you carry around with you everywhere, and you just bring joy to people's lives. And I'm sure, I mean, Lyndon asked him, and he said yes, but you can't be everywhere. He's got his own life to worry about.
That's true.
But he knows that, I mean, he could go in there right now. He could get in his car, drive in the children's hospital, and probably not change the lives, but
you could brighten someone's
you could
day.
Really brighten the day of probably 100 kids.
Yep.
And it's a bit of pressure on you.
Well, I think you just got to be a good person, and still, maybe there's not pressure, but I know what you're trying to say. You just
not pressure, but
you've got a. I don't know what we're trying to say here. No. I know what you mean.
So well, I think that so big thanks, guys. It meant a lot. It was a great little end to a tough couple of weeks in the hospital.
Yeah,
so,
well done. That's great. That's good to hear that.
Where are we going for timing?
What I'll quickly end on is because you talk about people doing good things for people who are sick or whatever. My nutcase brother, who is a bandito, he on the weekend did something that this will blow your bloody mind. He ran for 24 hours straight.
Jesus.
So he ran, and this is raising money for the Walk for Epilepsy. So his young fella Roman, him and Lou, early on, I think about 6 months in, he was having these little spasms or whatever, and they finally found out, over a period of time that he was having these little. It's called. It was that syndrome that, or the thing that West syndrome. I think Hamish McLaughlin's kid had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was these little spasms. And the last few years, Heatho's, I think he did a 12-hour run last year. He's done a few other ones where it's overnight. But this one was the big kahuna.
24 hours.
So he started in Maribyrnong Park.
Yep.
And he had a 4-kilometre circuit. And he cranked out 185 kilometres in 12 hours. Like on Sunday, I drove 179 kilometres.
And you're fucked.
To Seymour, and I thought, fuck that. Yeah.
My God, that's a good effort. What sort of minute Ks is he doing?
Well, he was doing the 4Ks in half an hour. I think we worked it out. He was doing, over the 12 hours, worked it out, every K was 7 minutes 47 or something.
Yep.
So that's not bad.
No. Well, that's unbelievable for 24 hours.
Yeah. So I started with him, and they had a heap of people during the day. He had one of his workmates run with him, because running through the night, that's got to be just going out outside the house sometimes scary. You're running around Maribyrnong Park with the bloody headlamp on and not knowing. A lot of seedy bastards.
Maribyrnong Park, there's a lot of...
It was around the Maribyrnong River.
It's got a lot of secrets.
They did a lot of secrets, There's probably some bodies that are weighed down in that Maribyrnong River.
Oh, yeah.
And
if that river could talk.
Oh, yeah. It'd be, but anyway, so I did the first, I did 4 hours, because then I had to duck off to a gig, and I went to Seymour.
Did you run?
No, I jumped on the bike.
Okay.
And 15 minutes in, I got a sore ass,
Flick the chain off.
Flick the chain off.
Oh,
it's no good.
Bro, me chain's come off again.
Yeah, 15 minutes in, I'm out, mate.
I'll get you on the next lap.
Pulling the heartstring.
Chuck in the back of the car.
But I did notice running around, because a lot of things go through your head. You just see there's so many different people. And I was there for 4 hours, and people just come in for a bit. They do a few laps, and then they duck off. And you just realise there's so many different people in the world. But I've picked up what the latest fashion is at the moment. Me and Heatho, on the 4 hours we jumped around there. The thing that is big at the moment, it's not the Gucci runners, it's not the Gucci bag, it's the leggings with inbuilt G-string.
Oh, the thing that really sucks up the arse.
Yeah. I tell you what.
Gives you like a pleated arse.
Yeah, it's like we actually discussed it. Nothing sus, but when you're running along and it's right in front of you, you're sort of like, is that an inbuilt G-string, or are they wearing a G-string? But I think one of the companies has said, no, bugger this. We're going to save the girls a bit of time. We're going to wedge the G-string, sew it into the pants, And, so you can really tell where the left and the right cheeks start and finish.
So I don't know if that's the... Do you know for a fact it's a built-in G-string?
I think it's the inbuilt G-string because...
I thought it was just the design of the pants to really highlight the...
Well, yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know if it's an inbuilt G-string, but it looks like it's an inbuilt G-string.
I guess you got to... You know, it's as Kevin Sheedy? As Kevin Sheedy once said, for 70 years, people carried suitcases around.
Yep.
And then one day someone said, you know what?
Let's put some wheels.
Let's put some wheels on these fucking things. Reinvented it. So for however many years women have been wearing these
leggings.
These leggings.
And if you got the flabby ass, like you don't know where the left and the right cheek starts.
No,
so
it's a mess.
Get the inbuilt G-banger.
The left cheek's
and then
half
you go,
hanging out the right.
Yeah, that's right.
Your bum hole's up on your hip.
Just make sure you don't
Your
overcapitalise and buy the
vagina's
smallest
under your chin.
size.
Yeah, you're all over the shop. Nothing's where it should be. So so these ones, so one day someone was just a designer was going, you know what? Imagine if we pleated the arse and really maybe ran some elastic up the middle and really shot that centerpiece right up the clacker.
Yeah, that'll get more blokes running. I'll give you the tip. Because, there's some good sights there. So,
geez, you're not wearing them twice because that's going fair up. I mean, that's touch and date.
Well, you're touch and date. It's definitely touch
that's
and
touch
date.
and date.
Well, yeah, you talk about your towel last week or whatever. That's, you reckon a few girls are going, ooh, hang on a minute.
The inside of those things are looking like my towel on a Sunday arvo.
I'm going to have to give these a wash.
Before wash day.
Yeah. So,
it's, it's interesting. I'm not a big fan of them.
Oh, mate, I reckon if you ride a bike 4 hours around Maribyrnong Park, you might start coming.
With your brother?
Coming too, mate. Going, that's not a bad look.
Things that don't normally look that great are starting to look pretty good.
That's right, mate.
Even some of the trees
it depends who...
You've ran past 80 times. You're thinking, tell you what, I wouldn't mind...
Hello, I wouldn't mind.
That little hole in that tree that's been looking at me.
acorn there?
Yeah, wouldn't mind bloody sticking that up my bum.
Your own acorn, yeah. So huge effort. Thanks to everyone who did support it because it's massive. He's ruined now. He's got blisters on the feet, but great cause, an absolute monumental effort. So I'll put the link if you want to donate a few bucks to the Epilepsy Foundation. Some people might have been affected by it, but 24-hour run. It's unbelievable. And I think last year after the 12-hour run, he said, it's just a good way to, get the family, friends and the community together. And I said, maybe just have a barbecue.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. But he's a nutcase. He's an absolute champion and bloody proud of you, bro.
He's certainly the better of the two, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to work it into a bit where, I hope I have a healthy kid. I might have mentioned this before because if I was raising awareness for anything, I'd be like, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run for 15 minutes, then just collapse onto my knees and vomit. And, because I'd struggle to run 15 minutes non-stop.
All of a sudden your brother would be having to run another 24 hours to raise money for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And your heart attack and your chafed nipples.
Yeah, the foundation are ringing up go, hey, Heatho, mate, Evo's not cutting the mustard, mate. Can you bloody run 24 hours again and get a bit of awareness out?
Yeah.
That'd be, he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. But well done, mate. Bloody huge effort.
Yeah, massive effort.
So,
good on you.
Great stuff. And the little Roman, Louisa, bloody fit and firing.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Yes. So
it's a good dad, good guy.
Good dad.
Good
so
man.
Good on you, mate. Anyway, so that's
not a bad episode.
That's a good ep, mate. So hey, jump on the Instagram, get on the YouTube. YouTube's firing up a bit. We're putting a bit of stuff on there.
Yep.
Jump on the Patreon. That's big.
We've got Lyndon Dunn, and we're just saying we should get your brother on, interview him.
On.
He'd have some stories.
He would. Bloody run us through those other sites he saw on his 24 hours.
Yeah. I don't think we'll do the whole interview about he's just running that laps and laps of...
lose a bit of its sheen early on.
Yeah. Might get a bit repetitive.
It could do. So
he's lived a life.
He has, mate.
What it was like... Just run us through one night of being in the top bunk with dirty old Evan in the bottom bunk, shaking the foundation of the house, rubbing one out, and you trying to... Would have been like sleeping on a vibrating bed, being in the top bunk with you on the bottom.
Would have been like the vibrating chair at the hairdresser.
Mm.
Yeah, so jump on the Patreon.
Earthquake every night.
Yep, it's all happening. Was it 9.5 on the Richter scale?
You get up every morning. Mum and Dad, did you feel that earthquake?
Earthquake.
Oh, I think it might have just been Evan rubbing one out again.
Yeah.
We felt it too. It was felt one about 9:40, and then the aftershock when he tried to flush it down the toilet at about 10:30. All right, that might have been.
Oh, we went into this. All right, there we go.
Mate,
It's good.
Being a bit silly now.
Nah, that's good.
All right, so get on the Patreon.
Well, thanks for jumping on
Spread
board.
the word.
Tell your mates about it. Jump on Geelong Comedy Festival.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
fill up that Friday.
Get in quick. Tickets are selling fast.
3 cameras shoot. Jump on board. But that's another episode of Good Banter.
Ho, ho, ho.